I have a little theory that if we don't do it this time in a fashion that is proportionate to the amount of damage that he's done with us, we'll never do it probably in the next 50 or 60 years or calamity, whatever the ending of the USA is, simply because of this. We can see and we have tested, not 4 generations ago when things were good, but just 2 years ago. We saw how to do it, and we saw what works, and we went the other way. Now, if those people, the supposedly 81 million, don't learn a lesson, then they're just brain dead. It's a little scary.
Paul, I want folks to remember when they took over 2 years ago with both the House, Senate, and the presidency, the first bill that they brought to the floor was their H.R. 1. They even numbered it, their number 1. And it was to change elections to be like the elections in 2020.
That's right.
They only didn't pass that by a few votes. We cannot allow them to take over elections federally because we will never have another fair shot if we do that.
Well, and if you think about it, and I was talking to somebody, I said, it's almost to challenge the election now. And they've been working on this, and it's not by chance that they've done this. And I think they've done it because of the past and also the future, and the future is November the 8th. If they are planning on cheating, then they've built in this where challenging election results has almost the sensitivity of the N-word. In other words, you do it, you got to get punished one way or the other. You could lose your job, you could lose your social media platform, and if you're a business, that's not good. And they have done that. They have cultivated this to where we are at this point.
Well, I mean, they refer to us as seditionists and un-American and all those things, but let's remember, they're the ones who started objecting to elections. Stacey Abrams, Al Gore. I mean, you go on, and so it is only bad to think there's something wrong with the election if you're a Republican. If you're a Democrat, it's quite fine. Stacey Abrams has still not seated her last election, but there's no problem with that.
Stacey has as a matter of fact, here's a well-timed soundbite.
I did not say, and nor do I believe in defunding the police. He is lying again, and I've never said that I believe in defunding the police.
Flashback.
Some defunding. We have to reallocate resources. So yes.
I've never said that I believe in defunding the police.
Liar! So here's the thing about it, Congressman. When it comes to defunding the police, fracking from Ketterman and all of these other things out there, and even Joe Biden, the lies are there, and these people still vote for them.
Paul, they did want to defund the police. You remember their Summer of Love in Seattle?
Yeah, I do.
Portland, where they burned down cities. Let me tell you, I think Americans today, under 2 years of Democrat rule, feel less safe than they have in the last 50 years, whether that is from our border, whether that is from crime in the cities, whether that is being afraid of being attacked anywhere, everywhere. We have to get folks in who do not believe in defunding the police, but supporting the blue, backing the blue. That's what Republicans are for.
When, and not if, but when the Republicans take over and have the gavel in the House of Representatives, I know you're going to be playing a key part on some of those committees. Well, to your thought, and you've seen all of these. I mean, the January 6th deal, Hunter Biden. Man, there's some major hearings that need to be held in the right way. They've never ever gotten anything behind things like Ray Epps. By the way, Ted Cruz in the Senate tried to, and here's the way it sounded.
I want to turn to the FBI. How many FBI agents or confidential informants actively participated in the events of January 6th?
Sir, I'm sure you can appreciate that I can't go into the specifics of sources and methods.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants actively participate in the events of January 6th? Yes or no?
Sir, I can't answer that.
Did any FBI agents or confidential informants commit crimes of violence on January 6th?
I can't answer that, sir.
January 5th. 2021, Epps wandered around the crowd that had gathered, and there's video out there of him chanting, "Tomorrow, we need to get into the Capitol, into the Capitol." This was strange behavior, so strange that the crowd began chanting, "Fed, Fed, 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 Fed." Ms. Sandburn, was Ray Epps a Fed?
Sir, I cannot answer that question.
It goes on and on and on, and she answered nothing. But do you think, what hearings would you call first?
Well, I think, first of all, we've got to look into what Hunter Biden's doing and has done and continues to do. And I think that is one of the very first ones that we're going to bring up, probably on the House Intel Committee. And then also a lot of the January 6th stuff. Let me tell you, we got a fighter on our side. Jim Jordan will be in charge of judiciary, and in coordination with the Intel Committee, we're going to dig down into the bottom of some of these truths. It's not going to be one of these like the Democrats have done with two so-called Republicans on their committee calling it bipartisan, which has been a theater production. You know, it's not been anything about getting to facts. It's all about trying to get votes. And so I think those are going to be some of the important ones, you know, but also a lot of these orders on the border and some of these presidential executive orders that have passed, just to get to the bottom of those, because a lot of these, I think, are borderline illegal.
Well, if he does lose one house, the House or the Senate, and hopefully both of them, but if he does lose just the House, it's got to be a block there from any future legislation for the next 2 years. It certainly becomes a lame duck with already a lame mind. But I guess the only way he would have to go is more executive decisions.
Yeah, and we're going to have to continue to fight those. I mean, when he first came in, he killed oil by killing the oil pipeline. Day one, he did away with all the progress we'd made on the border and stopping illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to have to contest him at every turn for executive orders that he doesn't care whether they're lawful or not. He's just punching them out at a rate that we've never seen before.
And we got word yesterday that the confirmation this week that Wuhan laboratories is where the COVID vaccine did emanate. Once again, Donald Trump proved to be right. It is amazing. It is amazing over and over and over. And then this Paul Pelosi deal, where they're talking about the threats issued against Nancy Pelosi. My God, we've had almost 5 years of threats against Donald Trump.
Yeah, Paul, and this is personal to me. Listen, it is wrong for anyone to attack any political figure or their family, regardless of how heated they are. But, they want to blame this on right-wing Republicans. But when a Bernie Sanders fan and someone who was spun up by all his rhetoric attacked me and tried to shoot me with an AK-4 SKS, we didn't blame that on Bernie Sanders. We blamed that on the idiot with the gun, but they're trying to blame it on us. That's the difference in the press, and that is the difference in parties.
And your colleague Steve Scalise almost died from that, too. It was very, very close.